Okay, I don't know about you, but I am more than ready to get this done, and let's really do this. So, today, in this lesson, we're going to be talking about the platforms that you should choose for republishing your blog posts. Now, as I mentioned, the first most important, most absolutely critical place that this content should ever appear first is, of course, on your WordPress hosted website's blog. Now, if you have your website hosted somewhere else, I do want to encourage you to start thinking about migrating it over to WordPress sooner than later, because if you can learn how to build your own website on one of those convenience-based platforms, there is really almost no difference whatsoever to building on WordPress using a builder like Divi. It's very easy, drag and drop builder. You don't have to be intimidated, but here's the difference with those convenience platforms that you might be on versus a WordPress website. Here's the biggest difference. There are many. The biggest difference is that when you have those convenience-based platforms, they actually own your website. It's all theirs. And they can raise the rent on you and take it from you whenever they want. But when you have a WordPress site, you own it. It's like the difference between renting and owning real estate. Okay. So I don't want to get too intense on the soapbox about the WordPress versus those convenience-based platforms for websites, but I just want to let you know that since we are talking about republishing content anyway, this might be the time that you want to actually make that final migration that you know you're going to make at some point anyway over to WordPress. And if you haven't already started your website and you're considering where you might want to do that, please let me steer you in the right direction of just biting the bullet and doing it with WordPress. It's not more difficult. There are much more customization options. There's unlimited customization you can do with WordPress, unlike those other websites. And I promise, if you are going the DIY route, if you're going to learn it, how to do it on ClickFunnels or Wix or Squarespace or whatever it is, you can learn it the exact same way on WordPress. So please just do it that way and get it over with. It's cheaper, faster, easier, more convenience options. It will save you so much time in the long run, so much money, and it will keep you liberated. Okay. I said I would stay off the soapbox. I'm getting off. All right. So when it comes to choosing the platforms where you're going to republish, of course, your audience matters, right? I mean, not every audience is going to be everywhere, but I happen to know my audience, and I happen to know a great deal of my audience, which are freelancers and service providers. I know that you, my loves, need to be focusing on two very key platforms, Medium and LinkedIn. Now, I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, maybe not what you expected to hear, but when it comes to really growing your blog and taking a big step back from the typical social media, this is going to go a long way for you. Obviously, LinkedIn is part of traditional social media, but because they have the newsletter feature where you can have people that subscribe to your newsletter, and you can just go in every week and add your blog newsletters, and maybe we'll put like that is a tremendous way for you to grow on LinkedIn without having to participate in the same type of social activities or exchanges that you might expect on a Facebook or an Instagram. So and I know that's where a great deal of the anxiety comes from, right? So LinkedIn is a much safer platform for you if you struggle with those types of anxieties. And not to mention, most of you, that's where your customers and your ideal clients actually are. So it's a really good place for you to be building up an audience. And Medium is a blogging platform, actually. So what it allows you to do is pretty much just copy and paste the URL of your existing blog posts, and it'll create one for you over on your Medium site, which is really, really neat. And you can link back to your website and your blog on Medium, and that will allow you to start siphoning off some of Medium's built-in traffic as well. So a lot of benefits to republishing these posts. Of course, obviously you can record them, turn them into videos, throw them on the YouTube. You can take that audio from those videos and turn it into a podcast episode. Oh my gosh. And then sound bites can get broken up into mini pieces of content that are bite size. And I think you see where I'm going. Right? But I just wanted to drive home the fact that you don't need a zillion platforms, but if you do want to start to capitalize on the built-in traffic of some of these other platforms, LinkedIn and Medium for freelancers and service providers are two really, really strong places to start. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about how these freshly repurposed blog posts are going to actually become a very versatile asset, because they're going to allow us to have fresh URLs that we can use in our tailwind communities. If you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'll show you the next video. I'll see you there.